Hey folks, welcome to the ultimate guide on Midjourney. This is Xnelo. You might have seen my works on Instagram, and here we go. So I'm gonna be teaching you all my tips and tricks on how to use this powerful tool called Midjourney. We're gonna transform your wildest dreams and wildest text prompts into stunning art. If you're ready to dive into the world of digital creativity, you're in the right place. Let's get this art party started. So even if you're an absolute beginner and have zero knowledge of what AI art is or what Midjourney is, don't be afraid, you're in the right place. I'm going to be teaching you step by step all the steps that are required to get you up and running. So what is this Midjourney thing, you might ask? It's an amazing tool that helps you create takes your words and turns them into beautiful pieces of art. Imagine saying sunset over a mystical forest, and boom, you've got a masterpiece. Ready to give it a whirl? Let's go. So as I'm covering the basics for Midjourney, we can head over to midjourney.com and hit the sign in button. So as you can see, I'm already signed in, so I'm gonna just teach you how to go back there and sign in to Midjourney. So open your browser and go to midjourney.com, and you can see this screen loading up. At the corner of the screen, you can see the sign in button. Click on that sign in button, and then it's gonna take you step by step on how to create an account. So Midjourney uses Discord to get you signed up. So click on this register button and fill out all the information that are required here, like your email address, your username, your So once you click on this sign in button, this little window appears on your screen and asks you to log into Discord. So the reason you'll have to log into Discord is that Midjourney uses Discord for authentication, so you need to have a Discord account. So if you already have a Discord account, just type in your email and password here and log in. If not, click on this register button and fill out all these fields that are required for you to create your first Discord account, and click on continue. So after you're done creating your account, you can click on sign in and enter your email or phone number and your password and click on login. I have enabled two-factor authentication, so I'll have to look it up and enter it here. Click on confirm, and you scroll down and click on this authorize, and you're in. So in the past, Midjourney did not have this web-based image creation tool, and you would have had to use the Discord app to create it. For some people it was easy, for some it was hard. I find the web interface way easier, and it's much easier in total. So you can just click on the latest works by click on random here, and you can scroll down to see all the works other people have created, and you can click on seeing what is hot and trending right now, and it was the first image, the first part that I showed you. You can go here and see what is the top day images of the day. You can scroll down and just see all these beautiful works, or you can see the top week, which are all the works that were trending this week. and you can also see the top month. So this is all in one package. So compared to the Discord app, it is way easier. So you can access everything from a single glance, and you don't have to just be scrolling through different rooms. On the Discord app, it is basically way easier. So in order to create your first prompt, you'll have to create on this create button, or just here on this imagine button. So once you log in, you'll be taken to this page where you can see all the works that are currently being created on Midjourney. And then you have to purchase a subscription. So in the past, Midjourney offered some trials, but they no longer do that, and you'll have to basically purchase your subscription in order to see other people's works or create images. So you click on this tiny button here and go to manage subscription. As you can see, I am on a $10 per month subscription, but there are different subscriptions. So there's a $10 per month, which basically allows you to create around 200 images per month. And there's a standard plan, pro plan, mega plan. So depending on your budget and your needs, you can just go with the plan that you'd like to do. So after you purchase a plan, you can just go back to explore, and then you'll be able to see what other people are creating, and if you would like to, you can get some ideas from them, or you can just get started with creating your first prompt. So after you subscribe, you'll be ready to create your first work. So let's get started with creating our first image. So when you're on Midjourney's website, you can either just start typing here, or you can click on create and type in the same place to create your first image. So I'll go to create and type my first prompt. So we can just try a happy monkey playing in the forest, and all you have to do is just hit enter. So you just sit back and wait for the magic to happen. As you can see, you can see the progress bar here. It's just going up and up, and after some time you'll see a draft of what is being created here, and then after a couple seconds your final images will appear here. Yeah, so as you can see, our happy monkey that is playing in the forest is just created. So you have a couple of options here. You can either click on each and every one of them and go to the next image by clicking here, here, and here. So these are basically the 4 images that were created. And among these 4, say you pick one of them. So you can either, if you liked any of these, you can start the upscaling process. And the reason we have to upscale is that the current version that is created on our Midjourney is that it is not of a very high quality. It is kind of a small image, and you need to upscale it. So in order to upscale our image, you have a couple options here. So let's say we pick this monkey and we click on upscale subtle. So you basically have 2 options for upscaling, subtle or creative. So let's create both of them, and I'll tell you the difference between them. So one of them is more detailed, the other one gets more creative and adds a bit of extra details to your image. So again, you just sit back and wait for your upscaler to do its job. So after a couple seconds, our upscaled image is ready. So as you can see, I created an upscale in subtle, which is S in parentheses, and creative, which is shown with a C. So let's see what's the difference between these two. So the upscaler subtle looks like this, and the creative kind of looks like this. And basically our first initial image was kind of like this. So if we use the subtle upscaler, it only changes our image to a very small degree. See, there's not big of a difference between the subtle, this one, and the main image that was created initially and made it of a higher resolution. The creative upscaler is kind of different. You see there are lots of details in the leaves of the trees and the face of the little monkey, and many other things are different. So depending on your preferences, you can use either of these upscalers. So Midjourney has some other features that allows you to rerun the same prompt in case you don't like any of these pictures. So say you ran this prompt, a happy monkey playing in the forest. Oh, there's a typo here. Sorry about that. And you didn't like any of these. So what should we do then? The solution is pretty simple. You see this rerun button here? You just click on this and you wait for the magic to happen again. As you can see, it runs the same prompt, but it creates different images for you. The alternative is just typing in the same prompt here, happy, okay, let's do a happy monkey playing. Let me just fix my typo in the forest. So you can either click on rerun here, or if like me you had a typo, you could just retype your image again. And every time you type in your prompt, and even though it is the same prompt, you'll get different results. And the reason is that every image has a specific code which is called a seed, and that seed is kind of unique to that image. So let's say I open this image and I go to this menu here and I go to copy. I can copy the seed here. So that seed is what basically differentiates between the variations of my images that were created. So after fixing the typo, I can see that my results have kind of improved. So you can rerun these prompts as long as you like and until you get to your specific image that you like most. So I personally like this little monkey here more than my other work, so I just do an upscale subtle of it. And next I'd like to show you how to do variations of one single image. So I will just open my image here, and as you can see, I have two options, very subtle and very strong. So if you hover over this vary button, it'll just explain to you what these two options mean. So the subtle makes only minor changes to the image, and strong makes broader changes to the image. And this is different from upscale, subtle, and creative. So with very subtle and strong, let me just create both of them and it would be easier for me to show it to you there. So upscaler only increases the quality of your image, but vary changes your single specific image and makes different variations based on it. So let me just show it to you. So this is the variation that I created. This is a subtle variation. So as you can see, these four monkeys are completely different from the other monkeys that we created, but it is kind of similar to this little monkey that we just created. So it is kind of a variation of this little monkey that we just created. And this one, the one on top, are the stronger variations of this monkey. So as you can see, the subtle variation is kind of a bit more similar to this base image, but these ones on the top are strongly different. So you can see this one is completely different from this one. And that is how basically what the Vary feature works. Great, so let's move on to the more advanced features of this powerful tool. So as you can see, Midjourney by default creates images only in a square format, which is aspect ratio 1:1. But say you want to create an image for your Instagram page, which is the aspect ratio of 4:5 or 9:16 or 10:17. So in order to do that, there's an easy fix for that. Midjourney is now offering all the tool sets here on the web-based version, and I'm going to be covering all of this in an instant. So let's change our base prompt to a bit of a more advanced prompt. So let's just get started with this prompt again. So we wait for it to render, and so we wait for it to generate. As you can see, I just created two of the same prompts, which is like more like in a more serious style, but still these are in a square format. So how can we change the aspect ratio? So I'll just click here, and the moment you click on your prompt here, it will appear here on this text field, and you click on this button here and go to image size. On the image size, you can just change it. So if you are creating an image for your book cover or for your Instagram page, you just turn this to the left, and as you can see, you can create in 5:6, 3:4, 2:3, 9:16, 1:2, etc. Or if you want to create a landscape type of image, you go like this. So let's say I want to create a 9:16 image of the same prompt, and you just move this toggle here and hit enter. So you can just close this and wait for it to generate. As you can see, it is already in a longer format, so all you can do is just sit back and wait for it to be generated. And boom. So you now officially have your first tall post. You can just upscale it or just vary the image or do whatever you like. So for now, I'll just close it. And as you know, Instagram supports 4:5 by default, but you don't see this option here. So what should we do? There's a quick fix for that. So you click on your prompt here, and as you see, you can just type in -AR space your aspect ratio. So you can just replace it with 4:5 and you hit enter. So this will actually create your image in the most acceptable size for Instagram. Or if you want to make it into a landscape size, you just replace it by 16:9. So don't forget that these are necessary in order to manually change the aspect ratio. And if you're using the Discord app, you should manually type in all of these. So there's no click and play button there on the Discord app. So you just hit enter, and it will just create your image in the landscape format. So as you can see, our 4:5 aspect ratio is also generated. So if you notice, it also displays the parameters that you have entered here, whether it's aspect ratio 9:16 or if it is aspect ratio 4:5. And then if you like either of these, you just click here and upscale it, and you're good to go. So here you can see our first landscape image was also created. Say you want to create it for your desktop background, you just upscale it and wait for it to be generated, and then you're good to go. All right, so the other advanced feature that I want to talk about is using commas between your prompts. So say you want to customize, you want to modify your prompt into a more detailed prompt. You don't have to just write it in one single sentence. Instead, you can type in a comma and then add more details. For example, our first prompt is a monkey in a sci-fi city wearing cyberpunk clothes. So we want to add something else to the picture. Imagine you want to add a train to the picture. A train is passing by. And say we want to say it's daylight, or is it daytime, or is it nighttime? We can say it is daytime and the sky is beautiful. And then change the aspect ratio again. Say you want to create it in, say, 9:16 or say 10:17 format, and you hit enter. You wait for it to generate, and as you can see, it's just being generated 4 different images at the same time. So and boom, see 4 different images of a monkey in a cyberpunk city where a train is passing by and it is daytime and the sky is beautiful. So this is our first prompt, our first image, the second, third, and fourth. So you can just play around with it, add anything that you like, but don't forget the use of comma. So the third advanced feature that I want to talk about is making it more adventurous. So if you want to get more variety in your images created, you can just type in --, chaos, space, and number. So we can just start different numbers here. So I just type in 5, which only gives me a slightly different, more adventurous image. And while it's being generated, I'll try different ones as well. So I'll just click on the prompt and just change the chaos to, say, 20, and another with a chaos of 50. And I'll just wait for all of them to be generated. And wow, look at all these images. These are wild. So let me just go over what just happened. So this is our first prompt. This is our base prompt with no chaos in an aspect ratio of 10:17. As you can see, all of these images are kind of similar. And we add a chaos of 5, as you can see here. They become slightly different. So instead of getting 4 similar images, you are getting 4 images in different styles. And with a chaos of 20, see the difference between each one of these images gets more and more. And with a chaos of 50, these are 4 completely different images that you have just generated. It is totally up to you to how much you use this chaos feature, but just remember that the more chaos you add, the more weird your images get and the more distinct they get. Amazing. So we basically covered a whole lot of different features of Midjourney in this tutorial. So now I'm going to be covering a few tips and tricks on how to use Midjourney and how to basically enhance your prompts. So the first point is that you need to be descriptive. And the more details you add to your prompts, the better results you get. So if you just type in a monkey, you just get something random. But the more specific you get, a monkey in a sci-fi city wearing cyberpunk clothes, and then add a comma and then add another prompt and add the weather and stuff like that, the best and more accurate results you get. The second point is that you can try different styles. For example, you can say a monkey in the style of Van Gogh. Isn't that interesting? I don't know honestly what the results would be, but let's just give it a try. And let's just add a tiny bit of chaos to this as well. Let's go with 10 and let's see what goes on. So yeah, this is basically the style. So you just add a comma and then say in the style of your favorite artist or your favorite style. You can try and say in the style of anime. You can try and say in the style of illustration or watercolor or anything that you'd like. And that is what we get. So a monkey, comma, in the style of Van Gogh. So you can try rerunning the prompt as much as you like so that you would get finally to what you really like about this. I personally like this one in this example, or this one, and you can just upscale it and or vary it according to your preference, and you have your image. And there you have it, folks. So this was just a quick start to becoming a Midjourney Pro. If you need more help, please type in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. This will help the YouTube algorithm to send this video to many more people and will help me generate more of these high quality material for you folks. And I am very grateful that you're here. Thanks you very much for watching this tutorial, and don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to more AI art tips. Continuing this journey with me in getting more tips and tricks on how to use AI art tools. I'm going to be covering more and more of these tools pretty soon, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe.